No, thank you, Chair. Sifun is Aram, Chair. Titi Ngwenya. How many meetings of the advisory independent panel did you participate in?
I did not participate in any formal. I did not participate in any formal meeting of the advisory, though I have had discussions with various people about the process.
So there were no meetings.
That I attended, no.
So how do you think the 21 names came about? Because the report that we are getting, at least from all of you, even from the ones that are saying they didn't participate in meetings, is that the core business of this panel, because there's the functionary of the department fetching the nominations and whatever, but the core business of this panel was to arrive at the 21 names which must then be appointed as chairs of SITA boards. The son of Gwede Mantashe was appointed as a result of this panel. Even the current, they just appointed now deputy minister. I'm waiting for her. Currently the deputy minister was just been appointed. The former premier of the ANC in KZN was also appointed in those boards. So if there were no meetings, how did we get to those names? According to your understanding, as someone who has experience and has been dealing with this thing in the department.
I don't know what process will have been followed. Responding generally will be that the panel will have said it is not more making recommendations, because the mandate of the panel was to review the list of nominations and recommend a pool of suitable candidates from which the minister will finally make a selection.
But you're saying there was no meeting, DDG?
Yes, I've responded, Honorable Member, to say I don't know the process. The second part, I was just responding generally, but I have no idea.
And you have never received a meeting invite?
I should have been the one to set up the meeting invite.
Even worse, you are the one who was supposed to set up the meeting. But there was not a single meeting that set of the panel. But there are 21 names. The son of Gwede is there. ANC comrades are there. Former premier of KZN is there. And the secretary of the panel, which is yourself, you are saying you never set up any meeting. Am I understanding you correctly, DDG?
Yes, Honorable Member.
No, thank you, DDG. Mr. Chief of Staff, how many meetings did you participate in the panel?
Honorable Member, like I said in my letter, I was not part of the panel for the board chairpersons. So
Were
I
you
did
sent
not attend any
a
meeting.
letter to appoint you?
May you please repeat that?
Were you sent a letter to appoint you to the panel?
No.
But your name was on the list.
Yes.
How did it arrive there?
My name was there because I participated in the selection of SITA accounting authorities, not
Yeah, but
the board chairpersons.
our request, if you listen to the portfolio committee meeting, was specifically on the point of the accounting authority chairpersons. We don't dispute the process of accounting authorities. The coordinator of SITA has explained it to us. He was here to say you will gazette. All of you, we know you would have participated. We're not discussing that. We're discussing the board chairpersons. Your name appeared as having participated in that process, and you are saying you didn't participate. So how would you explain? How did it get there?
Like I said, the minister put my name there not because I was part of the chairpersons, only the members. The only thing I would have done in the process of chairpersons was to receive the communication to the minister, not that I participated in any selection of the.
But the minister
chairpersons.
was asked about the panel of chairpersons and said you are in the panel of chairpersons. We're not talking about the other ordinary board members. The panel of chairpersons was very specific, and your name was there, and you are saying you didn't participate in it.
Honorable member, I cannot respond on behalf of the minister, so I don't know.
No, thank you very much. Lastly, Mr. Solani, how many meetings of the panel did you participate in?
I think, honorable member, as the secretariat of the panel would have mentioned, that the secretariat would have been discharged with the responsibility, one, to take the minutes, also to convene the meetings of the panel.
So, okay, so you are concurring with the secretary that there was no meeting?
Please, honorable member, can you allow me to make my point?
I don't have time, that's why. So I just want the questions to be, the responses to be pointed. I'm left with less than 50 seconds. Because if you are captured by the secretary, then I want to move on. That there was no meeting of the panel.
Yes, if the secretariat of the panel did not convene the meeting, therefore there was no meeting of the panel.
And you also would know this because you've never sat in one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you don't need the secretary to confirm it. You know yourself that you never sat in any meeting, so there was no meeting.
The point honorable member was trying to make is that even if we were to sit a meeting, if the meeting is not convened by the person that is discharged with that responsibility, the legitimacy of that meeting becomes questionable.
Last question to the DG of the department, then I close, Chair. DG, now we've asked everyone in your department. The coordinator of CETA spoke to us last week. Advocate Tari spoke to us. The DDG, Chief of Staff, including the advisor. Because remember, part of what we're trying to achieve here is that we don't want this to repeat itself. That's why we insisted to conclude this process. It's not about the minister. It's not a personal battle. We're trying to create a law and a legislation that is going to guide the future appointments of CETA board chairpersons and the like. So my question to you then is, if there was no meeting of the panel, if the secretary never called any meeting, effectively there was no panel, where do you think those names would have come from? And as a follow-up to that, how would you advise that moving forward, this process must take place? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, honorable member. It is very clear to me from what the colleagues are saying that there weren't any meetings that were held. So clearly, I think answers about names that were considered could come from the accounting authority, who then produced the list that was tabled to the National Skills Authority. Because the first time I saw the list was when I attended the meeting of the National Skills Authority, at which it was tabled for approval.
Kize. Thank you very much, Chair. Yeah, your time had long expired, so it's grace. I'm giving you from my. No, now you are abusing it. DG.
I think I could answer on behalf of all DGs because the answer will be the same. It's important to give the accounting officers the responsibility so that you hold them accountable for administrative processes. So going forward, I think what will happen is that we'll have to follow the law, follow the policies, follow the prescripts of the law in terms of how these processes are. If we are unhappy with the processes, we amend the law and follow it because it assists the transparency of the process. But we must also allow for innovation. For example, I have no problem with an issue of an independent panel. I can tell you, I have run national exams for this country for more than 20 years. Independent panels of examiners is what I've been doing over many years. We've developed processes for developing them. There's never been controversy. Instead, integrity of those processes has been the cornerstone of and hallmark of our processes. So I never had a problem with the notion of an arm's length team of people who have the expertise to support the minister to arrive at a set of recommendations. So going forward, I will still propose some kind of process a little distant from just the people who are there to process matters. I will still recommend that we write it in the law that such a panel is established. If we write it in the law, it will assist us to hold them accountable should anything happen in that regard. Thank you.
Kize.